Hello friends, and welcome back to another virtual story time with Miss Liz. Today, November 29th, is International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian People. If you come by the library, you can check out books for all ages about Palestine and by Palestinian authors. You can also get a grab and go olive tree craft kit. Today, during virtual story time, I picked a special book that has just arrived that is about a very special Palestinian crop, olive trees. This might inspire you if you're able to come and grab one of our craft kits. Today's book is called Sitti's Olive Trees. It's by Ndaa Hassan and illustrated by Soumbal Qureshi. This is a wonderful look into why olive trees are so precious to the people of Palestine and shows a great bond between a grandmother and granddaughter as they enjoy some yummy food made with olive oil. Here we go. Sitti's Olive Trees by Ndaa Hassan, illustrated by Soumbal Qureshi. Rima walks into the kitchen and quietly watches as Sitti, her grandmother, makes her favorite hummus dish. She adds just the right amount of chickpeas and drizzles a generous amount of olive oil on top of the hummus. I love hummus. It's a beautiful, tasty dip made with chickpeas and more. Then, Sitti carefully cuts fresh homemade pita bread for Rima to dip into the hummus and enjoy later. Hummus is good on so many things. Rima is going to have it on pita bread. I love it on carrots. And in this picture, I see they have some cucumbers. I like to dip cucumbers in hummus as well. The finished dish is a work of art as all the beautiful colors come together. It smells delicious, Sitti, says Rima. As Sitti puts the cap back on the olive oil bottle, some oil drips along the side. Sitti wipes the bottle clean with her fingers and gently rubs the oil into Rima's soft curls. Rima is surprised and does not understand why Sitti would rub olive oil into her hair. Sitti, why did you rub the oil in my hair? Oil is for eating, exclaimed Rima. Rima Habibti, olive oil will nourish your hair and make it healthy. Also, this is not just any olive oil. This is zit zitun. Your uncles sent it from Palestine, where some of the best olive oil in the world comes from. It has traveled thousands of miles to reach us. Each drop is as precious as your most beautiful glowing eyes, and not a single drop can be wasted. Sitti would never buy olive oil from the grocery store. She would wait for it to arrive year after year from Palestine. My uncles would package it up well and send it across the ocean straight to our doorstep. The day the olive oil arrived was a celebration for Sitti. She would slowly open one of the 5-gallon olive oil tanks and take a few seconds to enjoy the fresh smell. It reminded her of when she was just a little girl running around her family's olive groves. Each fall, the family gathered to harvest olives for pressing and preserving, a tradition as old as time. See the people, the families here harvesting from their olive trees. What a special thing. Come sit on my lap, Rima, and let me tell you about our olive trees. Rima loved it when her grandmother told her stories. The stories were always filled with beautiful tales about Palestine, her ancestors, and their village. Rima ran to sit on her grandmother's lap with a big smile on her face, patiently waiting for the story to begin. Each year in Palestine, olive harvesting season comes toward the end of the year. It's a very special time of year when the gathering of olives begins. It's a time of celebration for all. It's also a time of hard work for the farmers and their families as they spend weeks harvesting. See all the hands doing the work? Families gather to pick olives, green olives, black olives, and all the shades in between. It is a wonderful sight to see. First, they pick all the low-hanging olives and put them in buckets. The buckets are filled to the rim with olives. The highest hanging olives can only be reached with a ladder. Adults and children climb ladders to pick the olives. A sheet is laid under the tree to pick all the olives that drop. The elders sit nearby to sort through the buckets of olives. At the end of the day, families enjoy a picnic among the trees. Everyone comes together to share a delicious meal. Doesn't that look nice? They gather for some tea and coffee around a small fire made from branches and leaves. I remember those times as precious moments filled with joy and laughter. See here, this is Sitti as a young girl in Palestine harvesting olives with her family. The elders would tell stories from the past. It was a time to sit down and appreciate all the hard work that went into taking care of the trees all year. Many of the olive trees are planted on very hilly regions. These olive trees are hundreds of years old. Over the years, retaining walls called sanasil have been built to keep the soil in place, holding up the trees. The hills are lined with these beautiful stone walls that make the trees look like they're all in a row, circling the hills. The sanasil are hand-built by the villagers and part of the love they give to the trees, making sure their roots stay firmly planted and the trees stand tall and straight. They are beautiful, Rima, said Sitti. We tell these stories because they remind us of our roots and keep this age-old tradition alive. Just like you are telling me this story now, Sitti? Asked Rima. Yes, Habibti Rima, said Sitti, just like I am telling you now, and you will tell this story to your children and grandchildren one day. From one olive season to another, these stories are passed down through the generations. The olive trees live beyond our years on earth, and they bring families together. Imagine the olive trees get so old that people could be caring for their grandparents' olive trees, and even longer. Isn't that amazing? The olive tree stays and connects the family over many, many years. I think that's beautiful. Your great-grandfather and grandmother were always proud of all the olive trees they planted, cared for, and harvested. Each year, they would divide up the olives and take some into a local mill to make olive oil. They would then keep some of the olive oil and sell the rest to people. They used the olives to make other things like olive soap and olives for eating alongside every meal. The trees were their pride and joy. Love and appreciation for these trees was passed down from one generation to the next. Do you have your own olive trees, Sitti? Rima asked. I sure do, Rima, exclaimed Sitti. My olive trees still stand in our village in Palestine, and your uncles tend to them with lots of love. Now do you see, Rima, why every olive and every drop of olive oil is so special? Asked Sitti. Yes, Sitti, I do, Rima answered, while running her hands through her olive-coated hair. Will I ever have my own olive trees, Sitti? Yes, my love. One day you will visit Palestine and plant your own trees and run through the fields your ancestors proudly planted. You will be embraced by the sweet smell of the olives and the coolness of the branches. The olive trees are part of who you are, Rima. Know this and never forget. I won't, Sitti, said Rima. I promise. The end. Now, throughout the book, you may have noticed some words in Arabic. At the end of the book, there's a glossary that helps us understand them. Let's go through them quickly before we end our story. Sitti means grandmother or Mrs. in various Arabic urban dialects. Habibti comes from the Arabic root word hub, meaning love. It means love or my love. That is why Sitti said Habibti to Rima. She was saying my love. Zet zaytun is olive oil in Arabic. And sanisil are the retaining stone walls built to keep the soil in place and to hold up the olive trees. That, my friends, is the end of the story. I hope you enjoyed this tale about olive trees and the importance of olives to Palestinian families. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and don't forget that today is International Day of Solidarity with the Palestinian People. Thank you for reading with me once again, everybody, and I'll see you soon for more great books. Thanks for watching.